What's going on, guys? What's going on? It's Coach Grizzle coming at you with another Talking Sports with Coach. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. We are going to get this started once again with my favoriteest guest in the world. This guy is freaking amazing. He probably doesn't want to come on all the time, but I have to bug him enough to do it. Does a great job each and every Saturday for me that he gets on talking NFL. Get to talk with this guy every Monday on the radio show. And it's Allan Bell Jr. from sportsline.com with 24/7 Sports. How you doing this morning, man?
I'm doing great, buddy. I appreciate you having me on. I love coming on every day.
I know, we just have to do that because a lot of people are just kind of like, all right, man, do you even know what you're doing? And I'm like, I don't think I do. I really don't think I do know what I'm doing half the time. So we just have a good time talking sports, right?
Hey, in life, dude, who knows? I live this about 24 hours at a time, dude. So, yeah.
Exactly. With the times we're living in, everything like that, just got to make the best of it and just keep pushing on.
All you can do, baby.
Yeah, man. So let's run down some of these schedules. Let's go down with your hometown team, Tennessee Titans. Tell me a little bit about what you're feeling this year.
Yeah, so the Titans got, overall, if you look at, strength of schedule in terms of the opponents that they're playing this year, the Titans have a top five, what's the best way to put it, least difficult, so to say. So the schedule works out. Now, there are a couple quirks in it, that every team is going to go through. 5 of their last 7 games are on the road, which is never good, what you want. However, if you look at the Titans last year, they were better on the road than they were at home. In back-to-back games, back-to-back road games last year, they were 3-1. So, it's not something that's certainly daunting, but last year isn't this year, But I think that most Titans fans are pretty excited about the schedule. There are 13 opponents. They've got a current winning streak against 9 of them. So the Titans have a shot, man. Who knows? It's tough to predict and project a season, but they got a shot to be good.
It's going to be nice to see that November 1st matchup against Joey Burrow.
You know what, man? Like, I can't wait. Sorry, I was taking a drink. I can't wait to see that. I mean, obviously the Bengals are not going to be good. There's going to be. I mean, they're just not, right?
Right.
I mean, they're just not. They got work to do, and Burrow, it's always tough for a rookie QB. But I can't wait to see the kid, man. Like, are we going to see a lot of what we saw from LSU? What's he going to be like in the pros? I can't wait to watch him.
Oh yeah, and I know. We'll talk about it later, I'm sure, with Tua. I can't wait for that matchup, the Dolphins and the Bengals. I mean, it's just awesome when they do that, because it's almost like, it just almost seems like they plan it just perfectly to have matchups like that. You know what I mean? Just to be able to see, 2 young talents that are going to be literally the face of the NFL for the next decade. Well, we hope anyway. We hope one of them at least.
No, I mean, I'm totally with you, man. I like seeing it, and I like seeing the quarterbacks, the young guys, coming up and, seeing them go against each other. We're going to get to see Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Obviously they're a couple years, ahead of, the rookies this year, but they're 2 young guys. They're 2 stars of the league. So I love when we get to see matchups.
Another matchup I see pretty good on there. What are the Browns going to do this year? Coming into the Titans on December 6th. I'm sure Tom will end up going to that game. Because apparently he's both fans. Working for one and then the other one apparently just being a fan the entire time. I swear that man has so many teams. I thought my friends used to call me a bandwagon because I liked, different NFL teams. This man has like a different team in every sport, it seems like.
I like it. I mean, nobody knows, what the Browns are going to be. I'll say this. The Browns have everything that they need to be good.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they had it last year. Their problem is inside the locker room. If they can get themselves figured out, I think last year was a big slap in the face and a wake-up call, that you can't buy into your hype. Like, it's good when people are projecting you to be good, but that just means that you got to work harder and you got to work more together. And I don't think that they did. And it goes to show, Freddie Kitchens, I really thought that he was going to work out.
Yeah.
Obviously, they got a new head coach there, but I mean, the Browns have everything that's on the roster to be good. I mean, they've got an offense. Their defense is even better. Miles Garrett is just
Well, I'm hoping that it's just going to be just an all-around great matchup anyway. I'm looking forward to, and we've been talking about this around the radio station, just that Lions-Titans game. And I think it's just complete bias, though, because we have literally 4 kids, or shouldn't say kids anymore, men on that team from, Huntsville, which is, absolutely crazy. It's honestly really cool to see that. 4 guys from the state of Huntsville, and I believe, let's see, 2 of them have Super Bowls. So it's going to be really cool if I can get up there on December 20th to kind of see that matchup as well and kind of see what the Lions are going to look like next year. These are the same Lions that literally went toe-to-toe with the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, dude. First off, you got to come up for that game for sure.
Yeah.
Second, before Matt Stafford, went down with his injury, the Lions were a good team. Especially offensively. They were putting the ball all over the yard. And watch out for them this year. If Stafford does come back healthy. Yeah. In terms of not only just NFL football, but like fantasy football wise as well. Yeah. Like they're gonna be sneaky good on offense. There's a lot of dudes on the team that can put the ball in the end zone. So it all depends on the quarterback situation, man. And Matt Patricia obviously is gonna be a little bit on the hot seat this year. He's got to show, they can do something. But they've been making a lot of moves, the past 2 years or so. So we'll see. It's tough. Hard part for them is that they're in a really strong division. The Packers are going to be good. The Vikings, I think, are going to be the best team in that division. And the Bears, I think, will be better once they kind of get that quarterback situation figured out because Matt Nagy is a little bit on the hot seat as well. So he's got to get this thing figured out. But I'm with you, man. The Lions are a sneaky good team, and that's crazy. Having 4 people from Huntsville, 4 people from an area, not that Huntsville's small by any means, but from any area, you know what I mean? It's just crazy outside of LA, Houston, or New York or something. Just the odds of that happening is just crazy.
Clearly, well, I can technically claim Reggie Ragland. He did go to my alma mater, but he was in 8th grade. I was a senior on the sideline, and I watched this kid knock the ever-living brakes off one of our best linebackers, one of our best players on our entire team, a senior captain, knocked him out on punt team. Yeah. And I was on the sideline I wasn't playing before. I'm never going to get to play now. It's like, well, you didn't want to play anyway. It's like, so, it's crazy. This kid was a freak in 8th grade.
Dude, I'll tell you this, man. It's so funny. I feel like, every sports fan out there, we all have stories like that. In school. I'll give you one of mine. It's kind of very, very similar. There was a kid, if people listening aren't familiar with Nashville, there's a city, Murfreesboro, about 30 miles away, right? And it's a big city. Middle Tennessee State University is there. It's pretty big. You got a lot of high schools. We're playing baseball in high school, and we're seniors or whatever. And there's this kid on one of the schools out there. Pitcher, the freshman. We'd heard he was pretty good. Well, whatever, man. I can get a fucking rake, right? I can hit, fucking dig in the box, boom, kid strikes me out 3 pitches, David Price.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I was like, dude, yeah. So, watching him, have his career in high school, then go to Vanderbilt and just stud, and then go to the, MLB and just stud, I was like, yeah, that kid turned out to be all right.
It feels good. It feels good that you played against competition like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it feels good, and then you realize you're like, well, actually, I kind of suck.
But here's the thing, though. You might have been a minor leaguer at one time.
I know, that's the funny part, man. It's just seeing talent like that, and guys that can clearly, just play at a higher level. My quarterback in high school ended up going to the NFL. A guy named Levi Brown. Yeah. Who ended up playing for the Bills. Yeah, he was my quarterback in high school. He's 2 years younger than me. And you can just see it, man. Playing wide receiver, just the ball comes out just so much faster. You know what I mean? And this is a kid that was 15 at the time or so.
They got the testosterone.
Just seeing levels like that, dude. It's just different.
It's scary. It's scary. It's because when I coached 6 years in middle school, there were kids that were clearly a foot and a half taller than me. And, I'm sitting here coaching on them. I'm like, you're 14 years old and you're 6'4". It's like, this is ridiculous.
I know.
I'm almost 30 years old, and I'm 5'8".
I know. The worst part is when you go in the weight room and you're like, dude, this 8th grader is like way out benching anything that I've ever done. It knocks you down a peg, dude. It keeps you humble.
It's like, because I remember I watched Julian Edelman's little 60-minute thing or whatever that they do, and it was basically like when he went into high school, he was like 4'11", 105 pounds. I was 5 foot, 105 pounds in high school, and I went 8 inches. That's it. This guy basically somehow got faster. He got taller. I mean, everything happened for him, you know. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
genes, man. Genes will work out pretty well for you.
that's what happens when you got short grandparents or something. I mean, that's messed up.
Yep.
It's messed up. So, all right. So, yeah, one more. Packers, what are your feelings? You think that the Titans can go into Lambeau and just and steal a victory away?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the hard part is projecting that far.
Yeah.
You know, it is easy because who knows what's going to happen. But I'll say this. I mean, you know, it's going to be, December, Christmas type game.
Yeah.
So you assume it's going to be, extremely cold. And, cold games, really are won by your offensive line, your running back, and your defensive line. So I think the Titans come in with, a strength in all three of those. Right? I mean, they've arguably got the best running back in the league. The Packers, their offensive line, we just saw in the draft. They took 3 or 4 of them. And the Titans, we'll see on defensive line. They get, Davion Clowney to work out pretty nicely. But, the Packers are going to be a good team. Their road schedule is ridiculous. I mean, it's just brutal. So we'll see. But, yeah, I mean, the Titans have a shot against anybody, that they play up against this year. I mean, if they play to their level,
yeah,
they've got a lot of talent.
And if you can do it on the back of Derrick Henry again, and then Ryan Tannehill can just give you production again. I mean, what he gave you last year, pretty much. You're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the key, man. Is I talk to a lot of Titans fans here, on radio shows or whatever, and that there a lot of Titans fans are worried about a regression, which I totally understand. I mean, going to the AFC Championship is hard to get there, but what they've done, at least offensively, is, they've kind of spread out the talent, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully, you don't have to completely depend on Derrick Henry. He's got a new running back, Darrington Evans from Appalachian State. So hopefully, he can do some things, behind Derrick, A.J. Brown, Jonnu Smith. Like, if all of those guys can put up numbers and you're not completely dependent on Derrick Henry winning you a game or Ryan Tannehill having to basically have another career year, this team is going to be great. But if they get pigeonholed, kind of what we saw against Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, that's when you get into trouble because, it's easier to stop Derrick Henry when Derrick Henry's getting the ball and you put 9 men in the box. And no running back on the planet is going to be able to beat that.
Well, I'm definitely on board of the Jonnu Smith. I'm definitely on board on that train because I definitely want to see that kid do well. I knew as soon as Delanie Walker had that 2-touchdown season, I just felt like we weren't going to see any more of Delanie Walker. And then he got hurt. Then he just didn't do anything the rest of the year. I mean, I really want to see this kid really step up and be a real quality tight end in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he's got it. I mean, and I've seen what he's done this quarantine time. In terms of his gym work, dude hasn't missed a day.
That's good.
Like, I mean, he's in unbelievable shape. He looks good. And the good thing for him is that, he's big and he can play that tight end position, but he moves like a wide receiver, but he's tall. He's a big body. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what the offense can dial up for him, and then they can get creative, with these guys. So we'll see, man. It's so hard to project a year.
All right, prediction on the season. What's the record?
You know what? I'm going to say 9-7.
9-7.
I think,
which can get you in the playoffs this year,
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the goal. Like I said, that they've got, a brutal kind of back end on the schedule, but their first 4 games, or 3 of them are against quarterbacks that didn't start and finish the year, right? So they've got opportunities. They've got to come out hot. And I think this quarantine time for a team that's returning pretty much all their starters, at least offensively, it's going to help. So if they can get out to a good start, 9-7, 10-6, I mean, they can certainly do it. They're going to give themselves a shot to win the division, by the end of the year, which they should, because they're going to be favored by Iowa State.
And without a doubt, it's going to be a very competitive South, so we'll have to see what happens. Atlanta Falcons, don't break it down too hard, but give me your prediction on the on Coach's hometown team.
Yeah. So all right. So the Falcons. Here's the hard part about Falcons are going to be a good team. We saw what Atlanta did in the year, and I think that they're going to carry a lot of that over. And I like what Atlanta did in the draft.
Yeah.
Not to mention with having Dan Quinn, Thomas Dimitrov, pretty much on the hottest seat of the year. I think that's a good thing, right? Like, yeah. It worked out well, generally from people that when you have to win, you do everything that you can. So I think that's going to play in their factors. The hard part for Atlanta is that the schedule's through. Like, you've got one of the most difficult schedules in the NFL, which seemingly you guys have, almost every year. It seems like Atlanta's got a tough one. And the division's going to be hard. Like, how good New Orleans is going to be. The big question mark really is Tampa.
Yeah.
Is Tampa going to be good, right? Like, I'm not fully buying in to Tampa being, like a long-run playoff type team. But, are they an 8-win team? Are they a 9-win team, right? Like, that's going to be the big factor. But I think that Atlanta can do this, especially with everything they have offensively. I mean, you've got, 11 starting players that were, former first-round picks.
Yeah.
I think Todd Gurley is going to be a good factor in there because you're not doing what Los Angeles did where you got to give them 30 carries a game. So I like Atlanta, but again, the hard part is going to be you're in a tough division. You got a tough schedule, but we'll see, man. I mean, there's just too much talent on this team to not figure it out. And they added some pieces on defense. So I'm excited to see him. I can't wait.
I completely agree with you. The everything on offense just seems like it should just work. I mean, it should be able to bail you out of any kind of jam that your defense can't get you out of. I mean, I feel like that they have all the talent in the world to score, just like they have had since the Super Bowl. And I feel like they've always gotten better the last 4 years offensively on the side of the ball, but it seems like on the defensive side of the ball, they go for guys that tend to be either injury prone, undersized, but they seem to come up to the challenge, like Grady Jarrett, Deion Jones. Keanu Neal on the other side seems like if he can stay healthy, the defense looks great. And so I like the additions, like you're saying, with Terrell and also with Mikhail, and then also you've got Jalen Hawkins. I think Jalen Hawkins is going to be like a plug-and-play guy, and we'll see where they put Josh Hawkins as well. So I'm trying, I'm really, and then the Marlon Davidson. Oh my gosh, I'll say War Eagle all day, man. Seriously, I'm sitting here slowly going over the dark side. I don't want my mother to hear me say these hateful words. But I'm just saying. I really like the schedule. I clearly, I hear it's somewhat around the fifth hardest in the league. And I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm looking forward to that first game against the Seahawks. I think they're gonna pull it out. And then the game against the Packers Monday night at Lambeau. I'm afraid. Monday night at Lambeau early in the year. We're going to talk about early in the year game. We can't talk about a late in the year game, but an early in the year game, late night at Lambeau, I'm a little afraid.
Well, anytime you're going to get there in prime time.
Yeah.
It's tough, and especially in Lambeau. But you know what? I'll say this, man. Like, if you look at the Falcons schedule, and we look at, kind of the first 4 games, right?
Yeah.
So you've got Seattle at home, at the Cowboys, Bears at home, at Packers. Like, you've got to go 2-2 in that. You're going to have to, and I know it's tough because I think Chicago, like we talked about, they're going to be a better team as well. But if you can go 2-2, get out of that, even, no skin, off your back, and give yourself a shot. It lines up to where you can take out Carolina. You can, at Minnesota is going to be tough, but you get the Lions at home. You can get the Panthers again, in Carolina, and then get the Broncos at home. Like, there are stretches to where you can grab wins, but you got to start. At least start even. If you can get to 3-1, it'd be fantastic. But 2-2, if you can shoot for it and get that, you're going to give yourself a shot. Obviously, the hard part, comes at the end of the year, which it could be. It looks difficult right now, but it might not be. I mean, if you look at week 15. You got the Bucs at home. Week 16, you got to go to Kansas City, which, they might already have that thing locked up.
Yeah.
You never know. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you don't know. And then to end the season, you're at the Bucs again. But what if the Bucs turn out to not be as good as we think? Right? Like, that could be 2 out of 3 wins right there. So, the Falcons have a shot. I think Vegas has them about, 7.5 wins, I think, is the over-under. I'm going to go over on that. So if you can get yourself in the 8-win, 9-win category, you're going to give yourself a chance. The hard part is that the NFC's top heavy, man. There are a lot of good teams that are in the NFC. It's a lot better and a lot harder than the AFC. But you know what? We'll see, man. I mean, you finished 7-9 last year. If you give yourself a shot, man, we'll see what happens.
And I mean, I feel like if they finish 8-8, Dan Quinn and Dimitrov are gone.
You think so?
I would think. I mean, look at it: 8-8, 7-9, 7-9, 8-8. Does that look good to you?
It's tough. I know. Like I wasn't disagreeing with you at all.
Yeah.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of when Jeff Fisher was in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Like they go to the Super Bowl, they lose in heartbreaking fashion. They get out of it, kind of have a down year, come back, but pretty much, stayed within that 7-9, 8-8.
Yeah.
And, it became one of those things to where, all right, how long are we going to do this? Like, we're not really, we're not getting better. We're not necessarily getting, significantly worse by any means, but we're just kind of floating. So I'm with you. That's a good question. I wonder if they are, in a playoff or bust type season.
Okay. Do you buy into us getting after Cam Newton?
What do you mean?
I've seen it everywhere where everyone is trying to think that he would go to Atlanta. They obviously saw him practicing down there with I believe with Calvin Ridley, and I just feel like there's some kind of like weird tension, but I don't see it.
Well, he's from Atlanta, right?
I believe
he is.
I think so.
I think that he is. Anyway, so. Who's the backup? Who's your number 2 QB?
Matt Schaub.
Behind Ryan. That's right, you got Matt Schaub.
Yeah, he is. He's from Atlanta.
Here's the hard part. Is that
Westlake, actually.
What does Cam want? Right? Like, we heard at first, he wants to be a starter. Well, I've been saying for 2 months now that I don't care how much you want to be a starter, but there's nowhere to start.
Yeah.
The supply in quarterbacks is much higher than the demand. Unless you go to New England, you're pretty much done. There's nowhere else looking for a starting QB.
Right.
Would he be willing to go on a Jameis Winston type deal, $1.5 million, and Andy Dalton $3 million? Because the Falcons aren't going to overpay for that position by any means. But if they could get it, for a cheap price, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, bring the guy in, because we're seeing teams across the NFL that are investing in the backup quarterback position because you just never know.
Yeah.
One play. Matt Ryan could go down. Patrick Mahomes went down last year. You know what I'm saying? So, you've got to be able to invest. So we'll see. I mean, I'll be the first one to say I have no idea where Cam Newton's going to go. I really don't know.
It's just so weird, man. I mean, it truly is. And I'm sorry to sidetrack you like that and just completely just blow your mind with that question, but I mean, it's just weird to not see him, because if you look at this dude, he is a freak right now. He is gigantic. Like, he's way bigger than what he used to look like. He's like some kind of just roided out monster. I mean, not roided, but you know what I mean? He's just huge.
I know what you mean.
I mean, he's jacked.
He's a stud, dude. Like, he always has been. I think the 2 biggest things really are going to be, his health in terms of, his ankle, foot, how healthy is he? And then 2, what kind of money does he want? Because that's what it's going to come down to. Because now that we're through pretty much with free agency, we're after the draft, there's just not many teams that have money to spend. And the ones that do, the Browns, the Colts, the Titans, which the Titans need to, take a look at their backup quarterback position as well.
Yeah.
They're looking at, kind of that final piece, like it's Davion Clowney, right? So, I think the biggest thing is going to be, what does Cam Newton want in terms of money? And that decision might be made for him, because there's just not teams out there that are going to pay him, any kind of significant money for a backup role.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. So, I'm looking at the schedule. I want to hear your prediction on the season. I'll tell you my prediction. I feel like that if they can get over the 2 AFC games, if they can get past the Broncos and the Raiders, I feel like they're going to come out. I'm just afraid of the NFC North, because we were sitting here talking about the NFC North and the Lions, and I'm like, even the Bears, I mean, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, whatever. I'm just sitting here looking at this thing, and I'm like, the NFC North looks loaded, man, and you got the Falcons against the Vikings again this year. They got embarrassed in the first game last year and then came out and just beat the Eagles in the second game. I don't know where that team came from. And then it's just, I'm afraid, because every time the Falcons end up playing those 2 FC, you look at last year, the Titans and I believe it was the Bills. You look at those 2 games, just flat out wearing black, getting beat. You know what I mean? And this year, you've got the Raiders at home and the Broncos at home, and I feel like they're going to do the old school black jerseys, and everybody's going to come out. It's going to be a great game, but they're going to end up losing by like a touchdown or something, and they shouldn't. And I feel like it's going to be between a 7-9 and a 9-7 season. And I feel like even with a 9-7 season, they make the playoffs. If they can even maybe squeeze one win in the playoffs, we keep Dan Quinn for one more year. But I don't know. I'm afraid. You tell me.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. I'm looking at 7-9, 8-8.
Yeah.
Somewhere right there.
Thanks.
But they're swing games, right? Like what you were just saying. I mean, they're swing games. I mean, if you look at the Titans last year, the Titans were 9-17, but they lost to the Broncos and they lost to the Bills at home, and then they made the switch from Mariota to Ryan Tannehill. And what I mean by that is that the Broncos were terrible last year, right? And the Bills weren't anything too terribly exciting, at home. So those 2 swing games, I mean, that takes a team from 9 wins to 11, right? Like, so it's going to come down to the games that you were just talking about, taking care of the Seahawks at home, to start the year. That'd be a big one. The Bears at home in week 3, like, that's a game that you've got to wrap that up. The Panthers, if you can get those 2 wins against them this year, like, that's a big one. Because there are going to be games, at New Orleans, which is just going to be hard.
And the Chargers, what are the Chargers going to look like?
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, it's crazy.
Their starting quarterback is going to be. They're going to have a solid defense. They're going to be a solid team. At least defensively, but who knows offensively? So I mean, that's another one. Getting the Raiders at home, that's another one. Yeah. You got a bye in week 10, which works out well. Pretty much right there in the middle. Exactly what you want. But yeah, man, I mean, those are the games. And you talk about, going to Los Angeles. Well, yeah, it's a long trip, but, it's not like it's going to be a rowdy place with Chargers fans everywhere, right? So I'm with you, like those are the games to kind of notch, on the schedule and say, look, we just have to win these games. And then you never know. You could go to New Orleans, and sneak out a win. I mean, anytime you have division teams playing, you kind of throw the record books out of the window, because these teams know each other, they played against each other. You just never know. But if you can notch those kind of, almost quote-unquote must-win games, then you give yourself a shot.
Yeah. So let's do one more schedule, kind of do it for the channel. We'll do it for Head of Steel. He's a big Patriots fan, and obviously he's now a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. No, I'm just kidding. But he loves his Patriots. And I want to talk about just their schedule and just one question on them. Do you believe in Stidham? Because I really do believe in this kid's moxie, and I feel like if he's got the right leadership behind him, I feel like they can give him the tools in New England, and he can do a great job. But are they tanking for? I mean, are they tanking?
No, I don't think that the Patriots would ever tank. I don't think Bill Belichick would ever tank. It's not in his DNA. It's not what he's going to do. Yeah. He's never going to do that. So as for Stidham. Let me say this. It's my honest opinion. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. I don't know about the kid. I mean, there are things that I like about the game. There, like you said, in terms of his moxie, and obviously, Belichick likes him. There's something about the kid that he likes. But playing in the NFL is hard. What kind of adjustment period is there going to be for him? Like, he could be a stud. You know what I mean? But Peyton Manning in his first year, set the NFL record for interceptions. Like, it's just hard when you haven't done it. So, his learning curve is going to have to be fast. The good thing for him is that they're returning, a defense which was, almost historic. Last year it's not exactly the same, but defense is going to keep him in games, and Belichick's going to keep him in games. Here's the biggest part of what is going to determine
Yeah.
So if you look last year, the Patriots, not in a single game, had a running back go for over 100 yards. Not one.
Yeah.
Okay? So you look at an offense that is obviously lost Tom Brady. It's kind of depleted in terms of weapons, quote unquote, from what they're used to. You don't have a Gronk out there. You don't have Antonio Brown, obviously for the game or whatever, that he was there. But you got pieces. N'Keal Harry is going to have to take a big step up, and I think that he will. He can be a good player. He's got Julian Edelman. But the biggest thing is going to be that offensive line in the run game. It was just brutal last year. Brady had to do pretty much everything, almost on his own. And hope that the defense can carry him, which they did. So I think anytime that you have Belichick, you're going to be in it. And it helps that they're in a division, against Miami, who is, going to be good.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be this year. The New York Jets, I have no faith in them whatsoever. But the Bills are better, right? Like the Bills are going to be a good team. So, it's just going to come down to not having to put the entire game on Jarrett Stidham. You've got to get James White, Sony Michel. You've got to get that running game going. However you have to do it, whether it's a short passing game or strictly running. The fullback position is incredibly important out of that offense, and they had some brutal injuries to that last year. Obviously, James Medlin just retired, so they've got to get that thing going, which I think that they will. They made some signings this offseason. They've got, Jakob Johnson coming back, from injury. So we'll see. I'm rambling about it, but the Patriots, it's tough. It's tough to project what they're going to be because they've got holes to fill. But if there's anybody in the NFL that can fill those holes and disguise and mask their inefficiencies, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm looking here, and I swear they have probably the hardest. They have probably some of the greatest matchups right here too. They have one of the hardest schedules. I mean, you're looking at a Seahawks game. They're gonna get the Raiders. They're gonna get the Broncos. But you got a 49ers game at home. You get whatever the Dolphins and the Jets look like, obviously. But you get the Texans again. You get the Ravens at home. I mean, you get the Cardinal. What are the Cardinals gonna look like? I mean, that's gonna be a great game. And then they get to play the Chargers and the Rams. I mean, that's just too many great games. I mean, how many primetime games do they have? They have, look at that. They have a Monday night. So they got the Monday night game. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's not even fair. I mean, that's not. Tom Brady's not there anymore.
I know. Their schedule's interesting, so if you kind of look at it like week 1, Miami at home, it's got to be a must-win. Week 2 at Seattle, it's always tough to travel that far, but again, Belichick, has good familiarity, with that team. Raiders at home, it's going to have to be a must-win. Week 4, the Chiefs, good luck to anybody, and then you got the Broncos, and then they got the bye week, I think it's week 6, which, it's pretty early, in the year, but, there's not much you can do about it. But if you look, towards the end of the schedule, I think the end of it, really the last 5 games is really what's going to set. It's either going to make or break their deal. So if we look at the last 5 games, Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Chargers, Los Angeles Rams, Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, Jets. All right, 6 games. Look at those last 6 games. The Bills are really the only team that you're kind of looking out for. I mean, I know that you got to go to Arizona. I don't think that Arizona's going to be all that great. They're going to be better. I don't think they're going to be all that great. The Chargers, again, we don't know. The Rams, I have no faith in them. I don't think they've gotten better. I think they've been getting worse, over the last year and a half. The Dolphins in Miami, it's always oddly, a tough one. They've lost, I think, 5 of the last 6 in Miami, which is strange. And then you finish with the Jets. So, their final 6 games, that's really the stretch to where the Patriots are going to kind of make that run, to being a playoff team. It's just so hard. This is the question we've asked ourselves for 20 years.
Yeah. What
do the Patriots look like without Brady or without Belichick? And we're finally going to start to get a look at it.
Be pretty cool, man. Well, tell us where give us some numbers. Tell us who's in favor to win the Super Bowl again, and where we can kind of find a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So if you look at the Super Bowl odds, Sports line. We calculated it. We simulated the season 10,000 times. And if you look, the two teams that are far and ahead above everyone is Baltimore and Kansas City. Baltimore is around 23% to win the Super Bowl. Kansas City 22%. So for them to make up almost half of the percentage of the entire NFL goes to show, that they mean business. San Francisco and New Orleans are right there, in the teens, type percentage. So those four teams are going to be, above and beyond everyone else. Do they make it? Who knows? I mean, Lamar Jackson hasn't won a playoff game yet. We saw Tennessee go to Baltimore and just wipe them out. Right? Yeah. So I mean, you never know. But if you're betting, the four teams that you want to look at are the Chiefs, Ravens, 49ers.
All right, man. Thank you so much for joining me once again, dude. You enjoy this pretty day. I don't want to keep you here too much.
Buddy, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for having me. All right. And dude, enjoy your weekend. Nice. Have a good one.
All right, man. You be safe. See you.
See you.
All right, guys. There you have it. Allan Bell Jr., sportsline.com, 24/7 Sports. Does a great job talking NFL. Ran down some schedules, talked a little NFL news. Be back in just a few minutes, playing some Call of Duty, and we'll keep rolling. All right, be back. I didn't hit the right one.